I am a psychic medium. That's what I do for work. Welcome to the Messages from Heaven television show. My name is Anne LoCicero, and I have been working in Connecticut as a psychic medium since 1994. My job, I often think about like what exactly is it with the mediumship? That's my job, and all I know is that there is an afterlife. I don't care what you call it. I call it heaven. There's no other better word for me. I can't think of a better word. I mean,
the funniest, I can't even, I'm sorry, it's just so funny that it's him. He would be like, he didn't believe in this kind of stuff at all. Like, he was just like,
really?
Adamant, yeah.
Oh no, he's flying through with
That's
flying.
He's got this
great. My goal is to present raw, uncut, and unedited live readings on camera for you. I'll be doing this by presenting and sharing with you messages from heaven. Let me inspire you with the reality of mediumship. Hello and welcome to Messages from Heaven, the TV show. I am your host, psychic medium Anne LoCicero, and this is episode number 6. And this month we are celebrating March, and I'm so excited and so thankful that you guys have been tuning in every Wednesday night at 7:30. I've gotten some great emails and some great feedback, so feel free to keep sending that along. I'm very excited today. This is going to be one of those episodes for me where I get to once again talk to somebody that I do know, and they've brought with them 2 people that I don't know. The premise of the show, of course, is to share with you how, through just general conversation, usually focused on metaphysics as much as possible, draws my energy and spirit to connect with me so we can do live readings. So this show is unedited, uncut, and I get to introduce to you Lynn Kaminsky-Gallant, my cousin. Hi. I love it to bring family on. So, hello, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Well, I've already filmed with you once.
Yes, you have.
Now you're filming with me, although we didn't get to do it in person.
No, I was bummed about that, but it still was great.
It was, and we could always rain check and do more and bring what you do more into this community as well. So I'm really excited because one of the things that you have is the Silver Linings Talk Show.
Yes, we
So
do.
I love the idea, I love the concept, I love being on public access TV as well, because it gives us such an opportunity to hit topics and do things like, come on, you're on this show with your cousin talking to dead people. Where else can you do that?
And when would I think that would ever happen?
That's so true.
I know, like, right? So that's,
but it does, and it did.
And it's happening right now.
There are no coincidences to anything that I say or anything that I do while we're in this 45 minutes, and it really is uncut. So when I say no dead air, sometimes it's funny, because I'll sit here and I'll be like, we're not supposed to have dead air. So you brought with you 2 people. 2 people I don't know.
I have.
Right, we've got Annie. Hi, Annie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? I'm so happy to be here.
Good. I'm glad that that you came. Sometimes I think that people get a little bit, like, you want me to do what? Lynn, are you crazy? You want me to go on with your cousin and get a reading? Right?
I had a line.
No, you did not.
I did
so
too.
Funny.
I did too.
You did what?
I had a line of people that were ready to come on.
Oh, well, I'm glad she asked me first, or second, or fifth. I don't know.
You know what? And to me, it doesn't even matter if you were the last person that was asked. Spirit makes it happen.
That's right.
Right? So even if I was to ask you like the details of how you asked and who came and who didn't and last minute and put it back in, does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And then one of the things that I felt very strongly on the way, even on the way here, I try not to write when I'm driving, but was M, and I was like, M, I have to remember to write down M. And it was, for me, when I get put into a situation like this, I can interview, I can talk about what we do, where we are, and I'm like, well, we were talking about silver linings, right? We were, and then it's spirit that draws me in to talk to people. it makes having conversation with a medium on a day-to-day basis a little difficult if you're doing it while I'm working. Don't ask me, it's like a distraction. Spirit comes in and it becomes a distraction, like, hey, I'm more important. And when I walked in and I was trying to get all this together, I wound up writing down like a whole bunch of notes to make sure that I could remember to say a couple of things to both of you, one of you. And one of the things was M, and you saw me write that. Energy works in such an awesome way. It means somebody really wants to come through and say hi, and I'm excited.
Me too.
But first, tell me and tell us all about your TV show.
You really want to hear about that?
I do,
Okay,
because it's awesome.
It really is. So back around when we were coming out of the pandemic, a few friends and I who met through this lovely lady.
Okay, there's a connection.
I know, and we always, that's why we had to have her on our show as well. We thought, the world needs some more positivity. We're talking about coming out of this horrible time, and we wanted to draw positivity to the awarenesses in the world. Like every month has an awareness, like Heart Health Month, and so everyone gets kind of like tight and thinks, okay, we gotta go to the doctor and well, why not bring the positive elements to that? So we started inviting guests on so we can inspire people to do positive things in their life rather than look at things and get pulled down with the negativeness. And
I'm actually completely addicted to everything that you in particular, because you're on my family list on social media, not just your show and what because I know on the show you talk about love, you talk about life, health, wellness. You honor moms like no tomorrow. If there's a positive word we could say about a mom, it's going to come out on your show. But people are going to have to look you up too and wait till the end of this show for credits, because I get inspired by you. I could cry. Like on a day-to-day. On a day-to-day. Your, what do we want to call them, reels? Or your, because I'm Facebook only and I see you on Facebook. So however it gets posted between Instagram and Facebook, you have this, it's like, it's motivational, it's inspiring, and it's downright brutally honest from your perspective, and you gain my respect through it. So not just because you're family, but I kind of feel like having you on this show is more than just being my family member. Like, I'm honored to have you on the show, both because of what you do and because you're family. Look who's my family. Just saying.
Word. Well, I'm happy that you noticed. I put it out there because I feel it's real, it's raw, and it's me speaking in the moment for what I feel that day.
Yeah.
And whatever comes to me that day, I'm like, someone may want to hear this. And I appreciate you acknowledging that.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's messages that many people need to hear now, because we're all in struggle many times. And
Well, you have definitely and I know this because I know your family in particular, both here and there, and the kindness comes through, and I learn from that. Because I'm not going to say I'm not always kind. I'm a little Sicilian. I'm a Taurus too, so there's a little bit of that.
we have the Taurus in common. I can't say the Sicilian, but
But you do have that. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that to you. So with that being said, were you a last minute?
Yes.
Okay.
Very last minute.
Yeah. And would you say that one of the reasons why, okay, I understand. I get flooded with a lot. Let's say it's like I'm walking into a dinner party and all of a sudden there's the 4 of us, there's the 2 of them, the 2 back there, and now like 8 other souls per se. Okay? I think that I'm focused mostly on you at this moment, but it's that last minute connection that seems to be pulling at your heartstrings. It's almost like somebody, I don't want to say they gave up your spot for you, but it feels like there was that kind of a dedication. And you did take a big risk doing this. I feel like I have somebody who crossed in a traumatic way coming through. Are you okay with this? Okay, so now what's going to happen is everybody's going to get the whole weird feelies, because as I bring through information, heaven just gets so damn excited. They just get excited. This a male trauma?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay, but I do have a trauma energy or a connection to a trauma coming through. Okay. And you would relate this to female?
Yes.
Okay. And this is not an illness, correct?
It is.
Okay, so let me pause for just 1 second. I should give the rules. I don't often give the rules while I'm on TV because I usually give them beforehand to you guys, but I'll say this. Saying yes or no to me, imperative. It's almost like I don't want you to miss out on something when I ask you about it, because if you don't know and it's a no, say no flat out. Don't think about it. Spirit needs to tell me right here, right now. Right?
Okay, got it.
Okay. When I think about somebody crossing in a traumatic way, all death is traumatic. Agreed?
Yes.
Some deaths may be traumas, some deaths may be illnesses.
Okay.
If an illness happens very quickly, I understand that could be a traumatic event, but they still died from an illness like a heart issue, etc.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So to me, what I'm trying to talk about seems to be something very quick like that. Does that make sense?
Yes, but then not a trauma.
Right, an
Yes,
illness, but
yes,
quick.
yep.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you. I'm going to say this. I have two things that are coming through then, so I'm going to put two people aside for you. I have a male that's coming through that's younger who's talking about a trauma, period. Like, he's kind of cute. No offense. I don't mean cute in like the way he looks because I don't really see him. I just mean cute because he's kind or he's patient, and I'm getting that vibe across from him. He may be for you, but I have him here. And then the additional feeling that I have is if you say it's female, I will agree, but it's quick like a heart issue.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a B sound? So B would be names are either here or there. So it's not your name because we know your name is Emma. So there's a B connection to somebody that we're talking about that I'm trying to. Is this a mom?
No.
Okay. Is it mom's side?
Yes.
Okay. So are we going to like mom's mom then? She
Yes.
feels like a mom. Is that basic Mary? I don't want to be mean.
It is Mary.
It's Mary. Okay. I have her down. Did you call her Gima?
No.
Okay, so there's a nickname about her that I find very funny. So we don't call her Grandma?
No.
No, because I wrote down Gma and she wrote down Mary.
Yeah.
I get hello, hello, hello. She's talking about tattoos. So did you cover? Is
Yeah.
it a daisy? I just have a yellow daisy down. Hello, hello. And they wanted to go to Mama or Moma. Does that make sense? So your mom.
Yes.
Okay. I like her. In addition, she's trying to reference this other male. Is he family? Possibly.
Yes.
Okay. Because they're together. She's showing me that they're together. I want to cry. I don't know why. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Family close. Family close. Is this a younger boy that crossed, but young?
No.
No, just a younger. They're together, they're together, they're together, they're together. I can assume this is a grandmother and a grandfather together. I can assume that. That's like not psychic and it's not mediumship. We can all assume, okay? And I say this because of your reaction, because I feel like your grandmother wants to make sure that you know Mary. She goes, just call me Mary. I'm sorry, yellow daisies, yellow flowers. Do you understand this?
Yellow. She loved
Yellow.
yellow birds, yellow stuff
Does
like
that
that.
make a sign for you? Do you use yellow sunflowers, see, she goes, not sunflowers.
No.
She's like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. She's a one-of-a-kind kind of lady. She just showed me the letter F. Okay, from a psychic's perspective, or medium's perspective, Frank and Phil, okay? So it's either an F or a PH sound that I hear. She's trying to reference him. So it looks like an F. Might not even be a him. No. Fine, so that's two letters I'm off on you. One was a B and one was an F. That's okay, I'll take that for what it's worth. I do. She makes me feel like your grandfather and you were close also.
Very close.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. My heart is like screaming on fire because he's so excited to come through and say hi. And she's I don't want to say like in control, because that would be kind of a aggressive way to put it. And she's like, you can do that if you want. So she's kind of got an attitude like me.
You would be right.
But he comes through and he literally hugs. So he's the bear hugger. I hug everybody. I'm connected to everybody. I want to be with everybody. I don't know. I've already said enough letters that don't connect, so I'm just gonna write things down. Thank you, I understand. Is there an August connection? When they throw me too much at once, I have to tell them thank you, just so you know. So August connects with him?
Yes.
Is this like a Mimi and a Papa or something? Meme, Pepe?
Nanny and Pop.
Nanny and Pop. Well, I got the Pop.
Yep.
Nanny. I didn't get the nanny. She don't look like a nanny. She looks like a Mary.
Yep. Very much.
Meticulous. You're not meticulous. She's talking about your house not being meticulous. Listen, I'm a pack rat. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm an artist.
Yes. Same.
It's like, oh no, I'm not smart. But it's okay. So I don't say anything for coincidence. So your papa must be talking about artwork.
Yes.
Thank you. And although I smell booze.
Yes.
Right. So it's funny for me because it's not unusual to smell booze in a room, in a crowd, in a bar, and whatever, but it is. He was definitely one for the drinking. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Did he do like drinking artwork? Don't tell me he like put a chainsaw in his hands and did some.
No.
I'm just saying.
No.
Oh my gosh. He shows me an R but a B, but an R but a B. So is he a Robert Bob?
No.
R but a B, R but a R but a B. I'm not sure. They're not.
That's my other grandfather, but he's still alive. It's
Okay.
an R but a B.
He's an R but a B. So is he a Rob but a Bob?
Yep.
Okay, so somebody's mentioning him? Is that okay for somebody to mention him?
Yes.
Okay. So that would be Dad's side?
Yep.
Dad's here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Don't get weird.
Yeah.
I don't kill people.
No.
Only God. God give it, God take it. You leave pregnant, not my fault. I tell this all the time. That's a whole new talk show. We'll go on her show with that. Like, let's find the positive in this. He's funny. He drinks. He wants to play pool.
Yes.
Yes. Pool tables? Pool. I don't know if he's not talking about a swimming pool, I don't think.
No.
He's talking about shooting pool or, okay. I feel like he's just telling me he was taken in the prime of his life, which just makes me laugh because I think he had a nice full life. I feel like, did your grandmother cross first?
No.
Then was it close together? You can say no if it,
Can I say
A
years
year?
or no? About 5?
okay, that's not close to me?
No.
No offense.
Yeah.
But she's saying close. So I'm not sure what she means by that, but
I think I know what she means.
I don't know what it means. Close.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
She had Alzheimer's. So to her,
It was
from
close.
when she remembered, was close.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to say that was beautiful.
Yeah.
So for her, it was close. They never seem to have left each other. So to me, it's just a matter of now he goes, we're buried, right? So we're buried.
Together.
Yeah, no ashes, right? We're buried. Or if we are, we're buried. He goes, we're buried together now.
I put them together.
You did, thank you. You put them together, thank you. He wanted to be together. He's so funny. He's like, yeah, boots, overalls, all of it. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Did he work on the yard all the time? Because he doesn't seem like he's a farmer. He's not.
No.
He just
He
comes
was
home
always
from work and
outside.
pretends he's a farmer. Right? Mm-hmm. Did he get a tomato once in a while? No.
That wasn't his vibe.
Okay, but whatever it was, it's just he's trying, right?
Yes.
He's trying.
Yep.
He sings the song Little Red Corvette, but it's blue. I don't know why he would do that. So is there a car? Did he not work on cars, but did he work on a car?
He had a very specific car, but it wasn't
A Corvette?
blue. No. Not that I remember.
But he had a fancy.
very fancy car.
Fine, he had a fancy car. I don't know.
It was fancy to him.
Fine.
Yeah.
Was it parade fancy? Because he goes, it's a parade car. That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Take it as it's worth. He goes, is this enough? I don't know if this is even his thing. He just did this because he says he likes you. You must have 8. Sorry, I don't mean to repeat like that at you. 8 cousins?
No, very small family. We have.
8. Oh, well then is there 8 of you? 8 is enough.
What's the
says-
8th month?
August. Oh, we already did that.
Yeah, I think
He's doing it again, saying
that's
August.
when he passed.
8/8?
Was right around then. It was like August 16th, I want to say.
Yeah, they're very specific about dates. He was talking about, honestly, this is what he just did. He was kind of talking about how he liked you versus others. There's no faux pas in heaven.
He loved his grandkids.
And that's it. He just absolutely adores you. I know, you can't do that though. I will. Who's the J sound? Sometimes I go back and I watch myself talking to myself and I'm like, what the F? Just saying, it's the way the energy moves. So on TV that doesn't get edited, they cut that stuff. How dare they?
No J that I
Okay.
can think of.
I think that I'm closing down on you for just a minute, but I don't think I'm leaving you yet. Do you two know each other?
Yes.
Okay. We're not family though, are we?
No.
But we know each other also.
Recently.
But previous to today.
Yes, we know
Yes.
each other.
Okay. Thank you.
And we've met before too.
You two.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Well,
Was she invited?
she was a last minute sub, so you never know, right?
Yeah.
But
that's
you
true,
do know
that's
her.
true.
Oh,
from-
yes.
Yes.
Well, there actually have been a guest that did bring somebody they didn't know with them once as the other. Yeah.
It could have happened, so just clarifying.
Are we okay?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not done with you yet. I love how when a show like this, when I do this, it evolves to that point where it's almost like, yeah, I know who you are. Let's go. Okay, move over. Let's go over here. When spirit comes into it, I get so thankful that I don't know you guys. It's like fresh. There's no preconceived anything. But I will be very specific though. They say, mediums often say that we don't read ourselves. We do. We just cry through the whole thing. So if I was to bring somebody through for us to talk, which I think is happening in a weird way, so I'm going to bring it through, and don't even try.
It's okay.
Because we know each other, because you have immediate family crossed, but what I see is Betty.
Oh my gosh.
So in my mind, I'm bringing through for you, because I'm the one working, but I don't talk to my own dead people, is our grandmother. And I think the reason why I'm feeling that might not be because they knew each other, but she also had dementia.
Yes.
And she links with my mind to connect with you, so I don't go too far away from you, because there's certain things that I think you need to know that I kind of can relate to. You spoke to her.
Yes.
You were kind. You cleaned even though she couldn't see it. She couldn't say thank you, but she could growl. And I feel like you tried not to be in her personal space for too long because you thought it made you uncomfortable. Made her. You thought being close in your grandmother's space made her uncomfortable. So you'd go in for short periods and come out. Do you remember this?
Vividly.
Vividly. She wants to change this memory of you feeling as if she was unnerved because of you. She was unnerved because she couldn't respond to you the way she wanted to.
Yes.
She just wanted to pull you in and hold you, but her brain couldn't get those words out. And so she was upset, and you felt the upset, but she was never, ever, not once upset with you.
Yes.
And I know about the flowers because you used to bring them. So it's not about her and the yellow flowers of hers. It's you brought her yellow flowers. So it's literally the yellow daisies with the little black in the middle, right? Yes. Got you. Good. I don't got you. She got you. Yeah. That makes me feel better. She needed to bring through, and I laugh. I'm like, oh, great. Hi, Graham. But it feels good. It feels like it was an accomplishment. And it obviously had something to do with food, too, but I won't go there because I'll start craving Rice Krispie treats or something.
She was a foodie.
Thank you for letting me like circle around back like that.
Yeah.
I sometimes feel like when you lose somebody to dementia, your mom is standing in front of me. She's like, could we get going?
I knew she'd be.
Yeah.
Tissue.
Yeah,
She's perfect. She literally interrupted me and goes, that's enough. Can we get going? I was like, yes. She talks about a brother. Okay.
Yes.
And is your brother crossed?
No.
Okay, your brother is living. I don't kill people, don't worry. Do you have more than one brother?
Yes.
Okay, both here.
All three.
Okay, 3. So that means, okay, but there's more. 2. She talks about 2.
My sister and me.
2 and 3. Okay, thank you. Don't feed me information. I love you already. I'm very comfortable with you. So just know that sometimes when that comfort zone is in place, there's a little bit of, boy, your mom is sweet. She's sweet. She's very sweet. I wouldn't cross her, but she's sweet.
Yes.
So I'm hearing 2 separate connections. Was there a younger male crossed in an accident connected to you?
I think there was.
Okay,
Yes.
separate from family?
Younger.
Okay, under 30. I just say under 30. Think of it that way. It doesn't seem like somebody who got to the full of their world.
Can I be specific?
Yeah,
Miscarriage?
no.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I have a couple of different things with me, but the one of them that's talking to me the loudest stepped in front of your mom. So I was like, oh, okay, let's go with this and I'll see where this is. I feel like I have a J connection and I don't know who this is for, so I'm just going to keep putting it out there. And if it is for you and it's somebody I don't know, let me know. I kind of came in with you to begin with. You're the only 3 with me, but them. A J connection, I do believe that the male's name is the J. Maybe even just J, like Jason. And I think there was some sort of a car trauma. Say no.
No.
Okay. Well, I should know. It's my gig. So I'm going to just kind of leave it to the side and wait. Although they get very picky with me. I have no give up game. It's kind of like they'll just keep pushing until I get it through. Thank you, I understand. So are all 5 of you here?
Yes.
And is mom and dad crossed?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not leaving out this poor wandering spirit to me who's coming through talking about a trauma. But it's just a lingering energy. I don't know. He keeps talking back in my ear. So we'll figure it out. I have no problem with that. I do. Thank you. I will. I'm going to interrupt and pause because that's what they tell me to do. This is for you.
I don't know.
This is somebody that's going to relate to like that boyfriend in high school, that one that just got brought up recently. It seems to me like it connects to a 15-year mark. So I'm actually looking at somebody where you were young.
Yes, but not a J.
Fine.
Yes.
I see the trauma of the car. Are we on a road? Are we on a highway? Are we like, because I see the trauma of hitting something.
Not me.
Oh, yeah, not you.
Yeah, yes.
The vehicle, something he was in. Was it a
Yes.
motorcycle? I don't feel like a motorcycle. I feel like
A car.
Vehicle. Okay, fine, a car. That makes more sense. Vehicle, not truck.
Yeah.
Usually they're pretty. Did he come up recently for some reason?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Fine. I just, and I don't mean to like cut off on you and go back in, and I'm sure like the people in the booth are like, Rebecca, stop screaming, because, you know, the microphone. Do you realize that he is so excited that he got brought up? He's just excited. Is this somebody's brother that you were with, or is it like that?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you, how is he connected?
So he was my ex-boyfriend.
Boyfriend, okay.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
No offense. I'm like, this is somebody for you.
Can I say
Yes.
something? That was my pop never got to meet the boyfriend I'm with now. That was the boyfriend I was with. So, and that's always bothered me. So.
So your pop's trying to heal something by bringing in the ex-boyfriend. He didn't get to.
He didn't get to meet my new one. And it always bothered me.
Yeah, don't let that bother you anymore, ever at all. Wow, that's pretty neat. I'm sorry that your ex-boyfriend lost his life in that way.
It was an accident, not a. He didn't lose his life, but it was a.
Life-changing.
It was a trauma. Yes.
So he's answering a question remotely. Your pop is answering a question or satisfying, trying to give you like peace of mind.
Yeah.
Boy, he really cared about you.
Very much.
Where does the CH sound come in? No?
No.
Okay.
See. My other grandmother is Chris,
All right. Well, we've got
but she's here.
the other side, the Chris and the FB, just because there's an arrow and there, which means somebody else was probably trying to come through, but I'm not going to let your people take it all. I'm going to come back to her mom. I'm going to try to come back to her mom. I don't have control of spirit, so I kind of sit back and I go, oh, that's why that's happening. But it's more about, like, it's really intense from spirit to make sure I get the message. They don't want you to carry anything, feel bad about anything, and they always want you to know you're going in the right direction. And I think you are. I know you are. Boy, I can't take a break, you know. Not on live TV.
Nope.
Okay. I thank Mary very much for starting all this, by the way, before we even got started. She's the one who called you out by name.
Yeah, and that's what she always called me.
M? No, that's your paper then. You can take it. I do feel like your mom is the leader of the pack.
She always was.
Okay.
Yes.
She's very proud of you, which I know is a very cliche thing to say, but she really is. And she tells me that it's not about it's not about your accomplishments that anybody could see. It's about you surviving and your accomplishments within that energy. Do you understand? We could be survivors of so many different things in so many different ways. And she thinks that you have survived not just once, but twice. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
She's showing me jewelry, so I don't know if you brought the
My ring.
jewelry. Okay. And did you think of bringing something else that had like monogram on it? She shows me other jewelry, but this is something you wear all the time.
She's with me always.
All the time.
Always.
But did you put something else on for today? Because that's how she makes me feel.
Yeah, but it's not hers.
That's fine. But for somebody else, you would want to come through then? Hopefully, maybe. Okay. Who knows?
I
We'll
just
see.
love the bracelet.
Right now, I'm just going to get it from your mom because that's how she feels. She's like, she's got me with her. She's got me on her. I'm not the only one she's wearing is what she made me feel.
True.
If I was going to ask her what her favorite things are, she doesn't really have favorites. So it's funny to me because I want to ask her like, what would be a sign, and she shows me, and again, it's not everybody's sign, she says. It's a unique, is it blue jays or bluebirds? Say cardinals, just say cardinals.
That's someone else.
Okay, fine. I hear Cardinals. I hear somebody go, say Cardinals, say Cardinal. Is it for Dad? The Cardinals? Okay. Well, somebody was saying, say Cardinals. I don't think your mom is talking about it being a cardinal, but she says I have a specific sign. Do you understand that?
No.
No. Okay.
Can I say?
Is it music? No. 1 second. She's talking about you seeing signs connected to her. So there's always the top 10. There's feathers, there's birds, there's butterflies, etc. Dimes, pennies, quarters, things like that. Music that'll come on. Go ahead.
Music.
Music. So music it is. Okay. Is it because she puts it on or it glitches? Not so much that the song is coming on, but
It's her favorite song.
comes on. I'm not sure what it will be.
Can I tell you?
No. Because sometimes they sing music to me.
Okay.
It seems churchy. Just
No.
slow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not Elvis, is it?
No.
All right. I always go to Elvis. He's
Far from it.
Fine. Still my go-to. You're so funny. Far from it. Absolutely. She just tells me that sometimes I glitch the radio. So when I look at spirit and how they connect with us, our grandma, it's a dime. Anywhere I go, everything I do, dimes, 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 dimes. And it makes me really feel like she's there. I really feel like she's like, oh, look what you're doing. There's a dime.
Oh, yeah. She always, yeah.
Yeah, she always makes it very clear she's around. Your mom doesn't seem to have that same ability because either you're not listening to the radio all the time or you don't put this specific song on all the time. And she says, I'm trying to give her more signs that are concrete. And I'm going, okay, I understand. And she goes, it still relates to music. Mm-hmm. So is it the radio glitching or is it the volume going up and down? What
It's
is
just
it
a
then?
song.
It's just that one song. Does it just come on all the time, more than once?
Whenever I hear it, I think of her.
Okay,
Relates to her heritage.
I understand. I'm going to say it again because she's being repetitive. She goes, I understand the song is a sign, and so do I. She wants to give you a second sign. How's that? Does that make sense?
I always had a favorite phrase for her. I don't know if I can share it with you.
No, it's not like that. So I'm just going to let it go. But
Okay.
know that I feel like she's trying to use another sign. So the first thing that I wanted to say was bluebirds.
It could be.
Is it birds in the morning? Are you starting to hear, are you getting up earlier and hearing the birds in the morning? She
I
says
love
no.
birds,
Okay.
and I have bird feeders, and I love my birds. I have bluebirds, and I always think of love, and it could be bluebird.
Not blue
Bluebird.
jays,
Bluebirds.
bluebirds. That's what she's saying
Bluebirds
to me.
is one of my favorite birds.
Okay, so she's trying to connect to your favorite bird and trying to let you know that when you see a bluebird, she's here next to you. It's not just the music. She goes, you don't hear it enough. She literally was like, you don't even listen to the radio. How are you going to hear the songs? How am I supposed to say I love you? And she says, tell her bluebirds. And I'm like, okay. So whether you get that or not, it's going to be one of those things when you wake up one morning on a morning where you're like, I'm going to look out the window, you better be there, and there'll be 5 of them. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Okay. She tells me that she took care of Dad for a while.
Yes.
Okay. He comes through, this isn't his thing, but he's going to do it to say I love you, but he kind of stands way in the back. Do you understand?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah? I love you. He's like, I love you. He's completely perfect. He's completely, like, we're mom and dad together?
Yeah.
Okay, they're together, like, here as there. He's just, I'm on TV, like, not TV. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. Is he shy?
He's reserved.
Reserved. Well, I have that of him. I also don't think he likes this. So he would have to say, I don't like this, before he comes in to say hi. So I have a family member who said, I'll never come through a medium for you. So for me to believe that it's them, the medium's going to have to go, he's telling me you're never going to come through to me.
I'm shocked he's here.
Okay, but that's the premise behind it. He's like, I would never do this, but I just want you to know I'm back here and I'm doing this. Is there something about the month of May as a connection? So dates are going to be birth dates, death dates, or anniversaries, but we don't have death dates.
Yeah, no.
No. Okay, so he shows me again May. Is it a name? No. Okay, I'll be wrong. But that's one of the things that he's showing me is the word May. So I would have to say it would be, could he be mentioning, like, I don't want to call out favorites, that's so mean.
No,
Could he be calling out one of his kids?
no Mays.
No Mays. Okay, May.
Sorry, Dad.
Don't be sorry. It's not him, it's me. I'm the one getting the signal. I see the number 5, clear as day.
5 kids.
But we already know that. We already learned that. So it would be something in addition. So he's gonna, I understand. He just shows me the number 5 again. So was he one of 5?
No.
Okay. I understand. 5. There's 5. He says there's 5. Do you have children?
2.
You have 2. So are we talking about miscarriages? Wow. We're going to breathe on that one. Is it 3 miscarriages and you have 2 kids, or are we looking at 5?
2 and 2.
2 and 2. He's showing me 3. That doesn't mean either here nor there nor nothing. Every single soul has a purpose, no matter how long they get to incubate with their body. The soul is not necessarily attached to this human body as much as it is attached to the experiences. And the experience is coming through you. The experience is making it so you can have that connection the way they need to have that connection. So in my mind's eye, I think your dad is showing me that you have 5. He's showing me being with miscarriages, and he's showing me this grand amount of compassion. Now, I need you to know really quick, I thought it would be your mom giving the compassion, but it's your dad in this environment. I think things hurt him sometimes, and he was sad. He was sad. He understood. He tells me, I understood. So he knows all these souls that know you, that you will see again. Just so you know, I promise, guarantee, absolutely. And you have 2 here who they watch over.
Thank you.
Oh, it's very, it's represented in such a way for me that you think of them as little, like the baby angels and the clouds. Do you understand?
The miscarriage?
Yes.
Oh.
In my mind's eye, that's the way your dad shows me that he's with that energy. He's like, just don't worry about that.
Okay.
He's really about you feeling happy.
He was very sensitive.
Sensitive. Not that
Quiet.
Mom's not.
No, no.
Okay. But he came up behind you to like hold you while I was talking to you. I think that he made himself silently present to hold your hand on a lot of different occasions when you needed him. And he laughs because he says in my ear, I really didn't know what to say. That's why I just held her hand. Like he leaves that to me to the side. He's standing with his brother because he just said, your uncle. It was a sidetrack. It was like a second conversation that he had.
He didn't have a brother.
Okay, so he's telling me he's with an uncle. Well, that was weird. Cancer?
Who, my father?
I think you might be talking about mine.
Okay, then I will. Let me go there because I can.
I think you might be talking about my dad with his brother.
Your dad's brother.
Yeah, he's with his brother.
Was his brother also sick in the same way? No, but he talks about cancer in some way.
My dad passed of cancer.
Yes. I have to be careful because I know the scenario.
Yeah.
To me, it's Betty who says, I'll come make sure that we pull down and she says, we're all together. So she brings that perspective to me. But he says, I'm with, is there a J? Is it a junior?
Yes.
It's a junior.
It is a junior.
And he
His
says,
brother.
that's about the pictures that we pulled out. Do you understand? He goes, now you understand why my baseball cap says one thing and his baseball cap says another. He goes, it's
Well,
together.
They weren't wearing him in the picture, but yeah, I get that.
Did they both have their own caps?
Not always in the photo, but
Okay.
I get the reference.
You get the reference.
Yep.
There is a distinct smell that your dad shares with me. I don't talk to my own people. Whoop, whoop. He shows me a distinct smell that's connected to him and his brother, just so you know. I don't know what that is. Do you?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
Pipe.
They both smoke the same pipe? They must have done it only together.
Very, very rarely, yes.
But together,
Yes.
if at all. And oh my gosh, it's sweet. I smell it sweet.
Yes,
So it's got to be
yes.
that cherry wood
Yes,
pipe, not
yes,
like a tobacco-y
yes,
kind of
yes,
pipe.
yes.
He says, you will smell this when we're together visiting you. And he says, again, it's in the pictures also.
Mm-hmm.
So did we just have like a brother and like brothers photos
We did.
montage recently?
At
It
his
feels good.
services, Yes, yes. We did.
I find it very exciting that, see, for me, if I'm gonna connect with you on that level, it's not that I can't get the words across, but it's that it hurts. And when it hurts like it does anyone. Like, I'm a normal human. I got my own people I miss. But they put things down on the table for me like, okay, we're gonna play checkers then. And I said, okay. So to me, this is Uncle Ron. And Uncle Ron goes, we can play checkers. Is that okay? And I said, yeah, that's going to be okay. So he's showing me there were a lot of very low-key moments where he's keeping his brain fresh and he's having conversations with people. But he's like, we always have to have something on the side as a distraction because if I get tired, I can play checkers. So he talks about having some sort of a connection in his room like that. Did you guys do lamps? I love a lamp. That was the weirdest thing to say. Out of my mouth was like, did you like the lamp? I'm like, what lamp? I don't have one.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I might have to stop it with that because the truth is I see a very happy, very joyful, very playful Uncle Ron in my heart, who is your dad.
Yeah.
And that energy comes through so strong and so happy that there has to be a reason. Are you related?
Who?
Do you know the family?
I met her mom.
Okay, nope, it's not that. He just says hi to everybody. So now I'm just gonna get the friendly Uncle Ron. That's what's gonna happen. And I already have the
Way too social for us.
way too social for it would go all over the place. I know that I have to shut this down and bring this in. Is there any questions that you have? Is there anything that I said that's like in your head? I don't want you to leave anything unanswered or you're okay?
I think that helped me a lot.
It helped.
Yes.
Good. I know it's a lot to process. I know I throw a lot at you. One of the things about this show being number 6 that I've learned so far is that, within an hour, sometimes within a day, sometimes within a week, people are like, oh, I know exactly what she was talking about. So we do plan on having a follow-up. I hope you'll consider coming back for something like that if you want. Your mom does not leave my side. She thinks this is the coolest thing ever. She has her hand on my shoulder. She's like, wants to talk to everybody. I think she would like to redecorate. I have no control over this. But she says, I love you in such a loud way that it makes me feel like you heard her say this a lot. Does that make sense?
I know she loves me.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'd love more time with her.
it's never enough. I know, I get it. Do you have any other questions?
Not at the moment, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
And this has been wonderful. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, I'm so happy you
wonderful.
came.
Oh,
I-
thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. I figures my
That's what
dad
friends
came
are for.
I know, and I'm so glad I was the last minute.
Well, you had to be here.
I'll do this. If she had asked you like way before, or if it had been presented to you in a period of time where you had more time to think about it, sometimes people will say nope, or they'll draw themselves up with so much anxiety. But I get that, it's on TV too, so that's a little bit different for
Actually,
you guys.
and there was the person who she's subbing for was also a sub.
Interesting. See, so your pop wanted you here. Period.
I'm so glad Alex gave you that gift.
I know. And on my way here, I wasn't even thinking about it at all. And then all of a sudden, the song that I have for both of them came on my shuffle out of like 900 songs.
That's their way of letting you know for sure.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
So many times, my mother was a smoker.
Okay.
And I actually smell smoke, and I know she's with me.
1,000%.
I mean, I just like, Mom, I hate smoke. I hate smoke. I never smoked. One time, Mom, I did it. I was home from school. I picked up a cigarette. I smoked it, and I threw it in the fireplace. And I said, oh my God, this is awful. I'll never smoke. And I never smoked.
But she did.
She smoked, and that's why she died.
And when you smell
left.
that, sometimes because to get a sign is going to be something that we can understand. They want us to understand on a physical way when they say hello. So it's going to be something we see, smell, taste, hear, etc. So if it's a sound or a smell, absolutely. That's kind of what I was saying when I was like, okay, I smell this, you smell this, it's going to be that pipe smell. And I'm sorry, I hate to stop at another point, but sometimes when spirit comes into my mind, it has to unravel itself in such a way. I got another thank you because I also know that I don't know if you can feel. Just can't even get words out. Woo, woo, woo. There's this thing about being the oldest cousin and being the youngest cousin.
That's my sister.
So I feel very close at many times with my cousin Karen, your sister. And your dad just came through and literally pulled her like she was like a 12-year-old. Just come here really quick. And it was a brief memory. And he says, I just want to make sure that you know that I'm not up here without her at any moment, at any time, for any second. And I said, okay, I'll tell her. Although that makes me mad because then I cry. But I think that you, in a sense, not you in particular, but I think that it's important both for me and for you to know that, that's why I had all three of them together. So that makes me feel good. I'm sure there's more there for us.
Oh, yeah.
But it is special because for you to be able to put yourself in the position to come here with me and bring two people to get read and not yourself, in a sense, and for it to be our family, that, that piece that is connected. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That takes a lot, and I appreciate
That means a
it.
lot, that way. Karen, she's not one to come.
No, he literally had to pull her.
Yep.
I'm just saying, literally pull just to say we're not alone, and it just overwhelmed me a little bit. So, of course, everybody says hi to everybody, and thank you again for being on. And I want to make sure that everybody also knows to look you up. So as soon
yes,
as this
please.
is done, and the Silver Linings Talk Show, you can Google that up on YouTube too and find it. Thank you, Annie.
Thank you so much. It's been a joy.
Thank you, Em.